Andreas, may I help you with something? I found a strange note in your fireplace. It was written in an unusually fine hand. I found others around Tassing with the same hand that seems to have appeared out of nowhere. What were you doing in my home? If you want to keep your secrets hidden, you should try locking your door. Aren't we jumpy today? Is there some reason you don't want me in your home, Prior Ference? Any secrets you'd rather stay hidden? Any person of manners knows better than to go snooping around through others' things. I have nothing to hide. Then why burn the note? What was left was difficult to read, but I could make out the red bird, matins. It was a strange little thing I found on my desk after waking up for matins. It meant nothing to me, so I put it in the fire. Do you know who might have put it there? Surely it's just a loose scrap, but the hand was handsome, you're correct. Unlike anything penned by the brothers in the scriptorium, to be certain. How unsettling. Do you remember what the note said? No, only that I found the contents nonsensical and disturbing. The remaining legible part read, "The red bird." You don't know what that could be? A scrap from some bestiary? I couldn't say. My eyes watch the heavens, not the trees. Although we do not see many red birds at this altitude. The common robin, perhaps, or a swallow? But that doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it was nonsense. Why did you find it disturbing if it was simply nonsense? I know German isn't your mother tongue, but I don't believe for a moment you don't know that red bird is Rotvogel. Enough! It was trash, nothing more, and I have naught else to say about it. One more thing. Who has access to your home? Everyone at this abbey, but what does it matter to you? It was just a scrap of paper. I'm not sure yet. I just have a strange feeling about it. I found a similar note in the Baron's effects while Brother Florian was performing his initial examination. We shouldn't talk about that, should we? I'm not sure yet, but I have a strange feeling about it, and I don't think this guy's gonna say much. This is a risky thing to say. But like, he hates us anyways, right? But the abbot ordered you away from the abbey. Andreas, your cavalier attitude towards Father Gernot's commands. But don't you find the coincidence strange? No, we operate a scriptorium, Master Mahler, and house perhaps the largest library in Bavaria. We are awash with parchment scraps. They multiply like silverfish between the pages of our books. Are you satisfied now? I suppose that will have to do, thank you. Excellent. Are we done here? I will leave you in peace. Be well, Prior Ference. Be well, Master Mahler. Oh boy, this guy... Like, yeah, this guy must really hate us at this point, but like, you know, if you side with some people, you're gonna offend the others. So... I guess there's no way around it, so I just kind of front-loaded it. That is the investigation thing. Outer Tassing, do we have anything here? Franz Bauer and Widow Kemperin. Tassing, yeah, that's here. And of course, Europe. Let's take a look at the journal again. I found the burnt remnants of a note in Prior Ference's house. It's unclear what the contents of the note were, but it was written in a purple ink with exceptionally fine lettering. Well, it isn't really that unclear. I mean, I could decipher it. So, Baron and the Nun. Anything else here? Anyone else we need to talk to? I need to decide what to do with this information. Notes on Sister Matilda. Right. I asked her about the shovel. Okay. We could go to the spinning bee. We could also go back to take a look at where the stonemason went and the widow's curse. Let's see. Let's go to the church. Maybe we can talk to Mathieu. See if he recognized us. Andreas. Yes, brother Mathieu. How did you sleep last night? You look a little rough around the edges. I slept fine actually. Thank you though. What do you mean? You really want to make something out of this? I slept fine actually. The library is restricted to the sisters of the abbey without the express permission of the abbot. Of course, I know that. Do you and brother... Of course. God bless you, Andreas. Until later. I'm not gonna blackmail someone about that. Look, the church is quite ruthless about that. Let's talk to Rüdiger. God bless you, Andreas. Don't have anything to say, okay? Upper Abbey. Where was the guy that I wanted to dig up the graves with? Let me quickly check that. Where can I find the guy? Cold Hands. Who was the guy that I wanted to dig up the graves with? Volkbert was one of them. Otto Zimmermann. Yes. Where's Otto Zimmermann? Let's try to find that guy, and maybe he can help me dig up that grave. Maybe we could meet at night or something like that. I guess Zimmermann would be in town, maybe? We'll see. Or was he in the forest? I don't quite remember. Waterfall? Oh no, that's old Otto. That's a different guy. Anything to say, old Otto? Good to see you, Andreas. Okay, nothing here. The old salt mine. Anyone over there? No one over here. Tassing's old salt mine. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the waterfall. And let's see. Let's go back to the forest. Is someone at the shrine, maybe? No one? Okay. Then let's continue. Smokey's home. No, that's Smokey and Václav. Anything to say? Do you need something, Master Mahler? No, but thank you. Okay. And you're okay, Václav? Hey, Master Mahler. Okay, nothing. That is okay. Didn't really expect much. Most of the felling... Okay, yeah. We read that before. It's nothing new. Alright, where is... That's Klaus. Do you have anything to say? No. Hello, Andreas. Let me quickly check the map. Do we have... Zimmermann House is... probably approachable from Town Commons? Maybe? We'll see. We'll find it. Anyways, Town Commons. Ah, Otto. There you are. Afternoon, Andreas. Heard that Baron friend of yours was killed up at the Abbey. It was a terrible tragedy. The world lost a great man. My mentor, Brother Piero, has been blamed for the crime. I'm surprised he wasn't killed sooner. It seems he had many enemies at the Abbey and in town. Yeah, sure. Ha! You've got that right. Can't think of anyone in Tassing who liked the man. Anyway, did you need something? Otherwise, I got things to do. Do you think you could help me dig up a grave at the Abbey? Why? I believe something might be hidden there. It could be related to the Baron's murder. Something more than a dead monk, you mean? That's a weird place to hide something, but then again, it's not every day people go digging around in a graveyard. I hope. Did you talk to the abbot about this mischief? Wouldn't want to get my grubby hands all over his stuff without his permission. Of course, the abbot knows all about it. Actually, he expressly forbade it. Now, you're not a very good liar, Andreas, but it's alright. I don't care what the abbot thinks. It'll take a few hours, especially if I'm digging alone. You got time for that? You don't care that the abbot doesn't know? What do I give a shit if he gets mad? He's an asshole. Did you want to do this now or not? Now, do we think that the stonemason and the widow are red herrings? Do we think that? Because I don't think we have a lot of time. But we might lock ourselves out of this if we do chores for the widow or watch after the stonemason. Let's go. Fine, I'll grab my tools. So, town carpenter, what's that like? Exhausting, not unlike this here. Satisfying too, to make things with my hands, to feel the sun on my neck and sap under my fingers. And I haven't fallen off a roof yet, so all in all, can't complain. Did you want to be a carpenter? Being the only carpenter in Tassing must keep you busy. Did you want to be a carpenter? It hadn't ever crossed my mind that I'd do anything else. I was always going to do what my father did. How else would I have learned? But I like being a carpenter. It's necessary work. Keeps me talking to everyone in town and aware of what's troubling them. Many people in Tassing are struggling, Andreas. The peasants, especially. I heard as much from Clara Gärtnerin. Aren't the peasants always struggling? I heard as much. They used to be able to pay a portion of their taxes in crops, but the abbot put an end to that. Now, if they get a bad price from Miller, they don't have enough to pay the abbey. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. The abbot might own the land, but he doesn't work it. He just reaps the benefits of others' efforts. But it's not just him. The law, imperial law, that's what gives him the power. So maybe the laws have to change. I had no idea it was so bad. My family are all artists. Someone should do something about that. I suppose you wouldn't know that exactly. You're from Nuremberg, right? Well away from the peasants' problems. I'd be surprised if you did know. Good thing you came to Tassing. You can get a real education in how the world works. Anyway, I should get back to digging. It's going to take a while. This is all on my own. Okay, so got a way to go yet. Why don't you take a look around? Okay, so we can do something in the meantime. He's gonna dig it up and I'm gonna take a look later. Oh, we can take a look at the different graves. Okay, I see. Mother Brunhilde. Abatassa? I doubt anyone's in that one. Given the age, I guess she's long been moved to the abbey crypt by now. You're worried Father Gernot might try to punish us for this? God willing, will be done before he finds out about it. So you want me to speed it up? Sure, what do you care about my back? Christ. I didn't mean that. Brother Jacob from Cologne. Did you ever meet him? We spoke a couple times. He was a funny man, just about the only one of these monks with a sense of humor. A funny monk. I'm sad to have missed him. Some of them aren't so bad. Piero especially knows how to laugh. I'm sad to have missed him. He had a gift for manipulating his features and his voice to imitate the other monks. A man like that was wasted at an abbey. There's this, we looked at that before. A monument to the founder of the abbey, yes. It's recent. What is this one? Sister Maria, the librarian, probably before your time. I was a boy when she passed. My father spoke well of her, though. Said she reminded him of his own grandmother, a sweet woman who loved the Lord. I expect the abbot will have her dug up soon. Ah, for the crypt. A ghoulish tradition. I've always thought what's dead should remain buried. Yeah, but then they don't have much space here, and many of the monks aren't long for death themselves, so... Uh-oh. 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 I kept your secret. So, short, angry monk coming this way. Ah, hell. We're destined for an earful. I better hide. Mathieu's not gonna like this. I could hide, but then I'd be putting Otto in a tough spot. He's not going to be happy with me if he has to deal with Mathieu on his own. But this could be the clue that unlocks the truth about who killed Lorenz. What's a little trouble if it saves an innocent man's life? Ah, hell. We're destined for an earful. Is all well here? We're digging up a grave. How are you? Why would it not be? Why have you coerced the carpenter into digging up the late brother Gerhard? Someone has disturbed this grave, and I suspect it's connected with the Baron's murder. I didn't coerce anyone. The abbots approved this. It's fine. I suspect someone has been disturbed. Someone has disturbed this grave. That is curious. If you're telling the truth. Even so, Brother Gerhard's grave is not your concern. You are not a member of this community, Andreas. The abbot gave his permission. The rest is not your business. As the circator, it is my duty to prevent for mischief such as this. Circator, monk responsible for making rounds in the abbey to make certain everyone is where they are supposed to be, doing what they are supposed to do. Oh boy, I'm terribly convincing. It's the hat gives me an air of authority. You are mistaken. Master Zimmermann, please clean up this mess. I'm going to speak with the abbot about this immediately. Is that going to cause problems for you? I'll talk it over with the abbot, work things out. It may. Proving Piero's innocence is what matters. I'm not worried about anything else. Yeah, let's go with that. You got convictions after all, huh? Well, the sun won't wait, so I better get back to digging. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Father Matthias is here. With a wooden headstone too. Things must be worse for the abbey than I thought. The abbey must be having money troubles. That would explain why the abbot's wringing the peasants dry. The rest of the abbots are in the crypt or under the church. I took a look at them while inspecting the foundations with Endres. Kiersau is built on top of an old Roman fort. Not cheap to maintain, by any means. Still, I'm surprised the abbey doesn't have enough money to pay for a new tomb. Surely they can do better than a wooden gravestone. Take it up with the abbot if it bothers you so much. Me, I think they should all get wood. I mean, yeah, to be fair, there's nothing really wrong with it. I mean, it gets weathered much quicker. Well, I've reached the body, but... What? Is something wrong with it? Looks fine enough, decay notwithstanding, but someone stuffed a sack up under his ribs. Good God, let me see. What a strange collection of objects. Strange how? Two are pleated with precious metals and engraved, a silver chased rod, and a golden plate. The rod has symbols of the zodiac on it. The plate has some script I don't recognize. And a knife. seems ordinary enough, but together with the other two buried here? Why would someone bury them here together? Because they're forbidden. Wait, there's blood in some of the symbols on this rod. Dried, to be certain, but not that old. Ferenc tried cleaning this, but wasn't able to remove all the blood. Could this be what was used to kill Lorenz? Who buried this here anyway? I can't say, but it may be connected to the Baron's murder. Well, I suppose that's part of the mystery. I can't say, but it may be connected to the Baron's murder. What? None of this makes any sense. What's going on here, Andreas? That's what I need to figure out, Otto. Thank you for your help. Okay, it's time to eat. Maybe we can eat with Sepad? I should find someone to eat with. Yeah, let's try to eat with Sepad. How would we get there? I think through the cloister. There you are, Sepad. Let's eat with you. God bless you, Andreas. Do you have time to eat with me and some of the townspeople? Of course. I'll talk to Gret and see who she wants to come along. Where should we meet you? At the shrine to St. Moritz. I'll see you there. Until then. Alright. Oh my, Andreas. Yes? Are these all of the mothers from Tassing and their children? Well, no, I don't think it's all of them. Helena Pfeifferin couldn't make it. It's a long walk up here in her condition. And Hedy said Hans was too big for stories. Okay. Stories? I may have said something about your books. Stories of your homeland? I may have said something about your books. I like stories. Yes, maybe a little too much. Ha, alright, I can tell a story, but first let us pray together and eat. Oh Lord, thank you for bringing us together as you brought Jesus to his disciples on the road to Emmaus. With the breaking of bread between us, let us recognize each other as Christians and rejoice in our salvation through you. Amen. Etc. In various different fonts. And I thank you and your husband for this bread, Gret. My Ulrich always says that bread brings people together. I don't know. I think we could see some real trouble in Tassing if you ever ran out of rye. I missed this when I was in Basel. Sure. We have some rye bread, we have some sheep's milk cheese and some almonds. Let's kick it off with the almonds. They don't have bread in Basel? Where's Basel? Over the mountains west of here. You've been to Basel with me and Dad when you were in my belly. What? Father Gernot eats white bread, does he not? Yes, the finest wheat is used for the abbot's bread. Why? The abbot is a very important man, Paul. We have bread in my home that we call injera. We make it thin, round and wide, and we put our food on top of it. It's very good. It's very good. We eat it with almost every meal. As you love the bread of your home, so I miss mine. There's this... where is it from? What country was it? I think, was it Ethiopian? There's an Ethiopian restaurant in my hometown. It's very good. I think it was Ethiopian. Let's eat the cheese. Oh, what's the recipe? Maybe we could make it. Thank you, but no. We use a fine grain that does not grow here, called teff. Surely someday you'll go home and you can have your fill of it. I hope you find our local bread satisfying, Brother Sepad. I do enjoy it, perhaps too much. I am becoming too accustomed to life in Rome, even life in these mountains. In truth, I can no longer remember the taste of injera, not even the feeling of it in my mouth. It is the greatest danger that comes with the blessing of travel, living a life between worlds. Let's eat the rye bread then. I don't want to talk about bread anymore, it's so boring. Bread. Don't be rude, Bert. I did say I would tell a story. Children, have you ever seen a Bible? Father Tom? Yeah, Father Thomas has one. It's huge. My dad has one. It was printed in Bamberg. Very good. This is a Bible from my home that I brought to give to the abbot. Andreas, do you have a favorite story to illustrate from the Bible? Adam and Eve at the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Jacob wrestling with an angel. The Annunciation when Gabriel appears to Mary. Elijah and the chariots of fire. Christ being taken down from a cross. I don't really have any personal connection to any of that, so I assume a chariot of fire would be interesting to like illustrate, but I don't know what the story is about really. Yes, the spectacle of a prophet carried bodily into heaven. It is always a wonder to see how different artists illustrate it. I suppose that's true if it's very spectacular or up to interpretation. That probably leaves a lot of wiggle room for different artists. Now then, children, do you know the story of Jesus feeding the multitudes? Fish and loaves. My mom and dad make loaves. This is from our Bible, how we tell the story of how Jesus fed thousands from only a few fish and a few loaves of bread. Why is everyone brown? Because where I'm from, everyone looks like me. Why? Because we are all as God made us. I know Tassing seems big to you, but the world is so much bigger than we can imagine. There are many people of many different colors all over the world. There are places where no one looks like you or me. Really? I know it's hard to imagine up here in the mountains. We're so far from the sea. When I was in Basel, it was hard to imagine too. It's hard to picture things we've never seen. But Brother Sepad is right. The world is very big, but it is becoming smaller every year. Brother Sepad, did you know the Baron who was murdered? Bert! It came up when I was visiting the Druckers. I needed someone to talk to. I think he's old enough to understand death. I'm sorry, Marie. I needed someone to talk to. And we were happy to have you. We can't shield them from the world forever, Andreas. I did not know him, Bert. But do you know the story of Lazarus? No? He was a friend of Jesus. He became sick and he died. But Jesus brought his followers to Lazarus' tomb. He prayed to God, and when they opened the tomb, Lazarus emerged, returned from the dead. Jesus can bring people back from the dead? He can, Bert. One day Jesus will bring us all back from the dead. Everyone who has ever lived and died will come together and be resurrected on Judgment Day. I got the achievement called Empty-Headed. Have your hat stolen. Oh, I didn't even notice. I could say hey or say nothing. I'll say nothing, it's fine. You're not gonna give it back? Even the Romans? Yes, the Romans too. No, you're wearing the hat. It's absolutely okay. Why did you ask about the Romans? I saw one come out of their tomb, like Lazarus. What do you mean, Paul? Well, the ruins below the mill, they're Roman, and they all died a long time ago. But I saw one come out the other night. They were in white, like Lazarus. Let's stop telling stories, Paul. You shouldn't have been outside at night. Andreas, what does he mean? I don't know, it's troubling to be sure. I think I may have seen something similar the other night. It must have been something else. That's the only rational explanation. Probably just someone slinking around after dark, up to mischief. I think I may have seen something similar the other evening. What, really? Where? At the same place, by the Roman ruins. Maybe Paul did see a spirit of some kind. It's a very dire omen if that's what he saw. I will pray on this. Apologies for that, ladies, but thank you for sharing a meal with me today. I will be leaving for Rome soon, but I am glad to have spent some time with you and your children. Thank you, Brother Sepat. It was wonderful. Don't forget to stop by the bakery before you go. I'm sure my husband will want to see you before you go. I will. God grant you all health. Or gob, for that matter. Now it would be time to sleep. I should get some sleep. I will look around first, but I will do that next time because I can feel my voice giving out again. And I feel like we've accomplished a lot in this recording session. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.